consciousness that every time you're about to get closer to someone, that if there is an understanding that there is a fight or flight response that happens in your body, and you have to sit with and utilize your mind and your throat, depending on where you are in the conversation. There was consciousness that Greg didn't have a reflection of until he was in relationship as well. Meaning there were parts of Greg that came up in relationship, and I got to be the mirror for that. And some of the, I'll let you share some of those stories if you want to. These are two key points out of that. If I want to be close to a girlfriend, I look at her eye to eye. If I want to be close to my husband, I sit next to him. If I want intimacy coming from him, the way that I set up my conversations is simple and easy for him to communicate. Women have had for years and years and years, biologically, we have had the experience of looking each other in the eye, developing an intelligence that comes through from the eye to eye contact, from this experience. With our male counterparts, if we're looking at them this way, it is threatening. This is an automatic response that's happening, whereas men sitting side by side when they're playing with each other, men being intimate with other men is not as common as men being intimate with their women. Men in a relationship will share their most intimate secrets with only you, because one, they don't feel that necessity or relaxing ability to be able to open up. Intimacy for men, intimacy has been a place that it's less easy to go. You sit next to each other in a restaurant, you're going to automatically create a channel for there to be flow of being able to connect. The next part, when he starts sharing a story, you wait until a later time, and you're training him, you're training the other person to be able to share parts of themselves with you. And later on, at a different time, you bring up the parts of the conversation that you want to engage in. So you say, baby, hey, in the kitchen, do you have a minute? Do you remember that time that you brought up Dmitry Orlov and you shared sort of this energy? If I didn't bring any of that information up before, and if I truly listened to him where he was able to express himself completely, he's not going to be defensive when I bring up what I want him to see into me about. And I share at that moment, hey, could you consider this idea? Or what do you think of this idea? Because I really, and I'm using the, what men want, I really value your opinion. I really respect your ideas around this. And so this is the gift of creating the conversation, the love, the intimacy with your partner. So men, right up here with men being less romantic, Greg is so romantic now that he's not in a defensive space. He's so able to share, like looking into my eyes and saying, I love you, I feel you. It's like the most amazing thing to have this experience. And the depth that we had it in early on is not what we experience. It's so much deeper because we've shown each other the deepest parts of ourselves and been able to have that part received. And that's with men and their women, the intimate conversations, the formula for men creating this space for their women is no matter what she's sharing, you make it safe for her to share that. And so if I'm sharing, God, I felt you were attracted to this other woman. Him saying, so I hear you saying you felt I was attracted. He asks a question, what made you think that? And I dive in deeper and deeper, and he makes it safer and safer for me to go down that alley. And he's able to see into me deeper without defending himself at all. We want safety. We want the sense of belonging. We want feeling our feelings cherished. We want a feeling that you're going to catch us no matter what. Even though I had layers of this with girlfriends and layers with my sister, layers with other family members, it was really the first time I had let myself go into and be unhooking. Emotional bond means walking in the valley of death, being in a space of really any evil, totally vulnerable. Anything can happen to you. It's not safe. It's not safe. And so now that we've created that, I have deep, deep intimacy with a lot of people on much deeper levels than I ever had before. And this is the gift that a reflection of if you're in a relationship or if you're in something that's inviting more of you into it, you really have this possibility of unhooking, unhinging all of these. And it's a skill set.